What's good, YouTube? It's your boy TJ Live 5, and it's time for another airport update. And this is the last one of the summer before school starts. Well, some people school started already, but most people school starts in September, as far as I know. But anyways, yeah, new airport update. Last one of the summer. Two new models, and not much else to report on. Gemini announced their American Airlines Airbus A321, and I'm getting one. And also, I will try to get a United 7.5 from the new September releases. I gotta start saving up some money for that. But other than that, let's just get it to the airports. Nothing new. Nothing really except the planes changed around and stuff in different positions. But yeah, still nice. So let's get it to the airport update. And this is, keep in mind, just to say it again, if you don't know, this is a JFK/LGA based model airport. So the routes are based off of both airports, basically. And start off here with the Emirates Airbus A330, and this one will be headed off to Dubai. I put this in the airport update because I never get a chance to put it in an airport update. I shouldn't have gotten this model, but I just wanted a 330. But I still like the model, and I'm still, it's nice to have it, but it's just not realistic with the airport. I'm still gonna keep it though. To move on, we have Virgin Atlantic Airbus A340-600, and this one just arrived from London Heathrow. Time period for the airport is around 3-ish. 3-4-ish, all the international, European international flights are arrived already. Some 3-ish, all the planes are really, that's when the airport's the most packed, all the flights are in. And here we have a Delta Airbus A330-300, and this one's gonna head off to, Amsterdam. Then Delta MD-90, and this one just arrived from Detroit. And Delta Embraer 170, this one will be headed off to DCA. Then we have Delta 7573, which will go off to Atlanta. Alright, on the taxiway here, we have the newest model, just arrived in from San Juan, Puerto Rico, JetBlue Airbus A321. And, just to get another look at that, because it's just a beautiful plane. It's about time, especially if you model in JFK, to have JetBlue. Right behind him, the Virgin America A320, and this one will be going to San Francisco. And behind him, Airbus A319, and this one for American Airlines, and this one will be headed off to Vegas. And behind him, Caribbean Airlines 767-300, and he will be headed off to Georgetown, Guyana. And there we got a nice little lineup, Airbus aircraft with winglets. Never mind the Caribbean, but yeah. So yeah, that completes my collection. 321, 320, and 319 with sharklets, winglets, whatever the hell, whatever floats your boat. So move on from Terminal E, which is that one right there, to move down the line. Terminal D, which is this section right here. So we have an American Airlines 777-200. This one will be headed off to Madrid. And this one head off to Madrid, but cannot leave because there's a little accident right here between a van and one of the pushbacks, and it's just holding up traffic. Somebody was being reckless. Things happen. Just put a scenario in the airport to give it a little life. Over here, then we have American Airlines 333, which just arrived from London Heathrow. And then we have American Airlines 333, again in the old colors, which is pulling in from the hangar, which will head off to Paris Charles de Gaulle later in the day. And then we have American Airbus A330 300 to head off to Manchester. This is a fancy route in the airport, but keeping it there until I need space. So we move on from Terminal D to Terminal C. And then here at Terminal C we have an American Airlines 757-200, and this aircraft is gonna be headed out to San Juan, Puerto Rico. And right here, American Airlines 222. This one will be headed off to Barcelona. Then American Airlines 7673, and this one's headed off to Miami. Then just pushing back, we have an American MD-80 for Chicago O'Hare. Then we have US Airways Airbus A321 just arrived from Charlotte, North Carolina. And then we have American Airlines 737-800, which will be headed out to Orlando. Yeah, he's going to Orlando. Then we have an American Airbus A319 without sharklets, and this one's going off to Boston. Then here at the gate, American Airlines 757-200, and this one's gonna be going to DFW. Oh, by the way, this little section right here, Terminal B. And here we have American Airlines 737-800, and this one's going to Orlando. Then here at the regional gates, we have US Airways CRJ 700, and this one's gonna be leaving later in the day to Philadelphia. And also put this one in the airport because it's just not relevant anymore since American Eagle got rid of them. But even so, at the JFK based airport, they weren't used when they were in service a few years ago. But just put it in there just till I get an American Eagle model. American Eagle ATR 72 going to DCA. If I get a CRJ 7, you know, I'd be happy. Or an Embraer. That'd be awesome. Then we move on from Terminal B to Terminal A. And, well, just leaving, waiting for the Caribbean to go into its gate. We have a US Airways Airbus A320, which is going to Charlotte, North Carolina. It's waiting for the same Caribbean 738, which just arrived from Port of Spain, Trinidad and Tobago. Here at the gate, we have a United Airbus A319, just arrived from Houston. Then we have British Airways Airbus A319. To be realistic, it's supposed to be the Airbus A318, but I have the 19. But anyways, Airbus A319 headed direct to London City. And then we have the British Airways Airbus A380 just arrived from London Heathrow. And the British Airways 747-400 just arrived from, well, no, it already arrived from Heathrow, but it'll be leaving before the 380. 380 will leave later in the night. 74 earlier in the day, well, in the afternoon. Then we have Airbus A350 house, in the black carbon library. And this one is here from Toulouse, France, if I pronounced that one right. And yeah, it's part of just flying it around to different airports, seeing how the different airport crews handle it. And yeah, it's just fitting beautifully in this airport. So there you go, all the airplanes in the airport, and everything's looking nice. I'm totally happy with the airport right now. And until the next update, I want to thank everybody who's been watching, who's been subscribing. If you haven't subscribed. Yeah, I was waiting to make this airport update because everybody else, as soon as this JetBlue came out, a whole bunch of other people did airport updates right off the back. So I said, you know, let me wait. You know, everybody watch those other ones, because I know everybody watched other airport updates. Then, you know, I'll release mine a couple of days later. And once again, I want to thank all the subscribers and all the people who answer the question of the updates that I make. I may not respond to every question because honestly, some of the responses just don't deserve, like, I can't really respond to. It's just, nice to know, which it is nice to know. And question for this update is going to be, what is the last trip you've taken on a plane? And my answer for that one is the last time when I was coming back from Guyana. We were supposed to fly direct back on Delta, but it was a hurricane, the hurricane before Hurricane Sandy that hit New York. I cannot remember. But yeah. Oh, let me put this down. Let you watch that while I tell my story real quick. So my last airplane trip was coming back from Guyana. I had to flying there on a 7.5 and then coming back. Couldn't get Delta back because it was packed and we were flying standby. So we had to fly Caribbean Airlines to Trinidad and Tobago on a 7.3. Then American Airlines to Miami on a 7. Was it 7.6? Yeah, it was a 7.6 from Trinidad to Miami. From Miami to DCA, because we couldn't go direct to New York from Miami, even that's how bad it was. So Miami to DCA, we flew 7.3, and then DCA, 7.3 for American, and then from DCA to JFK, CRJ7 for American Eagle. And complicated as hell. Flew a lot of different airlines and planes, but that was my last trip, and that was like a good 4 years ago. It was a while. And hopefully tomorrow I will be going on a plane trip to Miami with my pops. And if I do, I will be recording that, and you will see that. But I'll upload this first. So there you go. Question of the update. What's the last airplane trip you've been on? I told my story. Now let me hear yours in the comments below. Until next time, thank you for watching. Peace out.